Hi there. If you have already completed physical processing of gathering things, very similar way we are going to also work here on processing emails. The similar 3 W's we are going to use here. And to begin with that, to process, the most important one would be you need to make it as 0, definitely all the gathering points. So out of that, one of them is the email. So I'm gonna have a look on it, or I'm gonna show you, how to deal with your emails. Like, this is one of the old email ID which I have. So I just wanted to, show you on this so that I know I have the whole old emails as well as the new emails which I can demonstrate. So the first one would be the within the emails you do have here archive option. So normally in your Outlook or in your Gmail or any other way, you have the option called archive. Let's say you have an inbox within this email, like you wanted to send it to archive so that you're not going to work on this because this is not interested anymore. Maybe you're not interested on this kind of news, or it's just for the information purpose. So what you can do is you can simply right click here and archive. So here you have an option to completely archive. If you don't see this kind of an archive on your mailing system, you might have to create a new folder and move them into one folder. So you might be playing earlier with a different category of folders, but working with those different folders gives you a lot of confusion when it comes to processing the complete emails, because these days the searching is become as very advanced. So you can search directly from here if you know a little bit of text or the information which you are looking from your email. So you are you can easily find out from your inboxes. So it's best way to not to have multiple folders. Instead, just depends on one of the folder, which is archive, so that you can clear out the first W of your inbox. So I'm just going to click here as archive. That mail went to archive. Similarly, if I don't want this one, for example, here I can simply archive. So this is the button which you have here on top. So this is how you're gonna archive. So next one would be, you can see here, automatic rules and filters. So let's have a look on automatic rules. For example, if I get an email directly from TechnoJobs, I don't want this to be coming into my inbox, because this is a kind of information kind of mail that must to be archived automatically. So what I can do is I can simply here go here and create a rule to process it. So what I can do is I can simply search here. So it's going to list me TechnoJobs here. So there are a lot of emails which are coming from starting from 2013 to 2018. So that's 2019 even. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually archive by clicking here, simply creating a rule here. If this word has this, or maybe I can take a domain name, like anything coming from technojobs.co.uk. I wanted to search and create a filter. So simply click here and has a word, or maybe from as this, and I don't want to have a word based. So anything that has attachment or without attachment, you can create a filter to do an action, some kind of an action. So I'm just gonna apply here. So simply searching here, that would actually list me everything here. Now I can create a filter, since it is listing properly. Create a filter so that says that, hey, skip the inbox and move to in archive. And if you want to apply any kind of label, so that when you go back to archive, you know that this is falls into TechnoJobs specific. So simply you can apply one new label here as TechnoJobs, something like that, so that it's easy to identify your archive things. So archive and create a filter, or you want to apply an existing one also, you can, so that you can clear your backlogs. Also apply filter matching conversations, and that would actually automatically create a filter. So a filter was created, and if you see here, everything is labeled as techno jobs. If I just go back to the categories, I should be able to see, and sorry, if I go to the labels, I can see here techno jobs specific label also created with the techno jobs specific label, specific all the emails at once. And if I go back to my inbox, all the techno job specific things has been already taken out of this inbox. So that's how you're going to work with archive as well as the creating a rules. So these are the automatic rules which we just created. This makes our life easy, and it's easy to process. But there is a complicated things also. What if you're looking for some kind of valuable information which is coming out of that specific domain or specific sender, you should be very careful to act on that, because it's fully automated and you're not visible, or you're not looking at it. So it should be that should be a good time to have a reviewing all these emails also, whenever it is possible. And make sure that you are actually scheduling the right way, right process of automatic archive or automatic filters creation part. And let's jump into the other sections, like let's say you got an email to meet one of your colleague, or maybe someone. So what you're going to do is you're going to actually send that specific information. Like you can take this, for example, here you want to meet in the next week, so you can check to send this as the schedule alert by going to calendar. So simply go back here to your calendar. That would open your calendar here, and simply all you have to do is simply you can choose here based on your categories and other things, so that it's going to show you here. This is another level of your calendar filtering. Let's say you wanted to filter on specific day. You wanted that reminder, so you can simply click that specific day and click on more options. So this is where you can give that information. For example, I wanted this to be reminded for MSI support example. And then simply what I'm going to do is I'm going to remind myself as a notification here, maybe one day before so and so time. Like that, you can set close to 4 or 5 different reminders. These are the options which are available from Google, and the similar options should also available on any other platform. So this is a notification, this is going to be email notification, this is going to be notification. So this way you can configure your schedules, and you can see that meet the visit MSI shop example. So you have done that. You can include your guests also within this box. I'm not going to include anybody, so simply save that. That's going to actually here include that specific calendar as a task for me. So that's how you're going to schedule it, your alerts and your meetings. So this is the important step to put everything. Anything which takes more than 15 minutes, you must be including your calendar as a cultivate this specific habit, so that at the end you are working on which task. So again, there would be another question comes from the most of the people, like when do I check my emails if I start doing all this. So because what we are trying to do is we are trying to process everything, but we are not trying to check the email. So what you can do is you can check the emails, and anyway every email also getting processed, but there are few emails which are critical, or which must be acted immediately. Let's say there's a server down and you need to work on that, or maybe there's a visitor coming up right now, you need to give a gate pass for them, or maybe some purchase order to be released immediately. You might have to consider that kind of request to work on it and then move it. But every request also time sensed, so you need to prioritize properly with what, when, where. All these 3 W's should be applied, and then you can process it. So you need to differentiate checking emails versus processing. Some of the companies, they are not critical the emails mechanism, so what they do is they normally go for daily 3 times and check the email, and remaining time is they just simply work on all the tasks that they have. And also that's one step. And for anything you need to schedule, definitely whatever you have, the backlogs of the emails, everything should be, at the end it should be cleared out, and everything should move to the archive, and all you have to all you have is on your inbox is empty at the end. And if there is an action item, that must be exist on your calendar to work on that specific emails. I hope this is useful for you on processing emails. It all depends, what technology you're using is not really depends. It depends on exactly what is that you're actually trying to achieve out of these 3W questions. So you need to answer those questions to clear out all these things. So we talked about there's six of the different gathering points, and we try to address with the what, when, where is the processing things could be whether it is the archive or delete or unsubscribe, or it should be action to the calendar. So or could be a reminder within the wait processing. That's what we tried. And once you have processed all these six different gathering points, you should have a schedule to clear out weekly for the backlogs, and also the daily items to clear it out. I hope this is useful for you. Thank you for watching this.